Thank you, Tyson. I'll let you get started. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Sue. Oh, I see a bunch of people joining us now. So
More people coming. Yeah. Yay.
start sharing my screen. I have a presentation here that we will use to walk through our conversation. So let me know. Let me see. Is that something that you guys can all see? You see my slide up there?
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to begin the slideshow. Okay, so that's okay. So what we're going to talk about today is safety and security. So if I understand correctly, a lot of you are new to the college and maybe even new to Canada. So what I would like to talk to you guys all about today are some things that we have learned over the years to help each of you feel safe and be safe on campus, okay? Our campus is a safe place to be, but it's even a safer place to be if you know where to go when you need help, okay? So safety and security, stay safe at CNC is the title of my presentation. And so feel free at any time throughout the presentation, if we're talking about a certain topic on the slide, to put up your hand or to just call out, and I'm happy to answer any question at that moment or at the end of the presentation, okay? So who is safety and security? So at the college, we have a department. We have a department of safety and security, okay? And so I'm the director of this department. So my name is Tyson Vonstein, director of safety and security. And we have Ken Kackler, who's the coordinator for the department. So him and I, we develop safety programs for the college to help staff and students, and maybe even visitors, to develop safety programs for the college, okay? And we have 5 different campuses, in addition to Prince George in our different regions. And so our department helps each of the different campuses at all the regions, okay? When you're on campus, I don't know if a lot of you have already been here, but we do have a security department, right? And so they fall within our department as well. So we have a security supervisor. His name is Pinder Bindra. And so he has a team of security guards, okay? So 10 or 12 security guards throughout the year. And we try to ensure that we have 2 security guards on site 24/7. So no matter what time you are at the college or you visit the college, we have security here ensuring the safety of people and property, okay? So what is safety and security? So our department, and I have this sentence here to kind of sum up what we're about. So we're always striving to ensure the highest level of protection for the well-being and interest of everyone by maintaining a safe and secure campus to work, learn, and grow. So what that means is the interests of everyone. So everybody comes to campus for different reasons. Some people are here from the public, and they want to use our library. Some people are coming from the public to see if the campus is right for them, and we offer the programs for them. We have students that are here taking classes, people that show up here to work. So everybody has a different interest, but we ensure that the campus itself is safe for everyone who comes on site, okay? There are some misconceptions, I would say, from people that we've talked to in the past about when they should come to security. So security, I want to stress, is here to help you. If there's any need for you, if you feel like you need help, security is the place to start, okay? So when to contact security, you need to report an incident. If you've experienced an incident, whatever that might be, if you slipped and fell, if you saw something, if there's some issue with the building that you think is a safety hazard, start with security. It's always the right option to start with security, okay? If you require a first aid attendant, our security guards are all licensed, trained, and certified as level 2 or level 3 first aid attendants. So if you hurt yourself while you were here, or even if you hurt yourself at home and you didn't get the proper attention and you have something that you're dealing with while you're here, feel free to go to the security office and get first aid treatment. If you ever feel at risk or threatened, go to security. That's the place to start. They will help you. In the event of an emergency, security is there to help. And the last bullet is anytime you need help, even if it ends up being that someone else is more appropriate to help you, security will know that and they will be able to help you and bring you to the appropriate person to help you. We do have health and wellness coaches and counselors on site. If it's something that goes beyond the training of security and you don't know where to find the health and wellness center, by all means, you go to security, explain what your problem is, security will help you and take you to the appropriate person, okay? How to contact security. So if you haven't been on the campus before, we have a central area called the gathering area. There you will see, and it's labeled, you'll see the security office right in the middle of the campus, okay, inside. So you visit the security office. There should always be one security guard in the office. There could be times when there isn't, because they're out dealing with something or they're doing a patrol or something. But for the most part, there's always at least one security officer in the office. So feel free to visit the office itself. You can call or text that number there that you see, 250-961-0786. So we have 3 different cell phones. That cell phone is always monitored by at least one of the security guards, right? So that's the number 1 phone. So that number there, you will always be able to reach a security guard. On our campus, you will see around in the hallways, red phones attached to the wall. That's an emergency phone, right? And I say emergency because it doesn't necessarily have to be in an emergency, but when you need security and you can't make it to the office or you can't text or call, or you want to get to them right away, you can pick up that red phone. And what I'll tell you is that red phone directly links you to a dispatcher. Okay, so that dispatcher will ask you what you're phoning about, and if it's something that requires police, so RCMP, medical, so ambulance or fire, they will automatically dispatch those emergency services to campus. However, if it's something else where you need help directly on campus, let's say you lock yourself out of your vehicle, maybe your vehicle has a flat tire, maybe you can't find your classroom, maybe there's somebody following you, whatever that might be, that red phone, then the dispatcher will then dispatch the security and they will know your location and they will be able to come and help you, okay? Or you can simply approach a guard. If you see them in the hallway, feel free to approach a security guard, okay? So like I said, we have a number of security guards. So who are they? They're trained and certified first aid attendants with a valid security license. So valid security license, they've been through training, they have experience, they've got experience outside of CNC, maybe even at CNC. And so they're trained as security guards and also first aid attendants, okay? So we have a few of them. So Pinder, who's fluent in Punjabi, which is helpful for a lot of you. Same with Jay. Jay is another individual who's fluent in Punjabi. Braxton, Tobias, Haley, Michelle, Arvinder, also fluent in Punjabi. Evan, Mark, Lawrence, Andrew, Michele, Blake, and Pardeep, also fluent in Punjabi. So we have a good mix of different individuals, First Nation, East Indian, females. If you're more comfortable if you have a first aid issue dealing with a female, we have females. So anyway, my point is we have a lot of people here trained to help you with a mix of diversity. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about preparing you for what your risks are here. I mean, there's probably, more that could be on this list, but primarily these are the main ones. So people, like we talked about earlier, there's staff, there's students, there's visitors. It's a public building. So we don't always have control of who comes, but we do have control of who stays, right? So if an individual is here and they're not accessing college services appropriately, we can ask them to leave, right? And if they don't leave, we call our CMP to get them to leave, okay? So people are a risk. So slips and falls. Every year we do have a few individuals that will slip and fall, even though our facilities department do a really good job of making sure that our parking lots and our walkways are cleared of snow and ice. However, and I'll talk about it when we talk about slips and falls specifically, we do see some people still falling and slipping and hurting themselves, okay? Fire, I mean, it's a building, there's different activities going on. We have a kitchen, we have, labs where they're using Bunsen burners. So Fire is always a risk, and so that is one that we need to be aware of, and I'll talk about that. Also, minor injuries, right? We do have a lot of different incidences that our first aid attendants deal with. That a minor injury, if it's a cut, if it's a sprain from a slip, falling down the stairs, that sort of thing. So minor injury, of course, is another one. And then stress. We do see a lot of students primarily falling victim to stress throughout different times of the year based on their workload. Okay. And so I'll talk about that one as well in a second. So how to avoid these risks? So people. So like I said, it's a public building. Number one is avoid being alone if you can, right? I mean, you can be alone in the library, and it is a safe place to be alone. However, being with somebody as you're walking around, if you're maybe walking late at night to your vehicle, if you're with someone else, that decreases your hazard dramatically. Okay, so when you can, buddy up with somebody and avoid being alone. Also, use Safe Walk. So Safe Walk, for those of you that don't know, is a program that we have here at the college where if you need, because you are alone and you need someone to be with you to walk you to a part of the campus or out to your vehicle, security guards offer this and they'll walk with you. Okay, so contact security, either going to the office, stopping a guard, picking up a red phone, or calling or texting the phone, the number that I gave you, and arrange to have a security guard meet you somewhere, and they will walk you to wherever you need to go. Okay, know your security guard, right? So when you're on site, if you feel like you're gonna, let's say you're in a part of the building, let's say it's in a classroom studying late, make sure to talk to the security guard and let them know where you're going to be. They will check on you, right? They will be then better prepared to know where you are, to be able to be in the area and to check on you periodically to make sure that you are safe. Okay. And know your red phone locations. If you're working in somewhere in the campus, just like you would need to know where your exits are, know where your nearest red phone is. So if something happens where you need help, you know where to go and access security by picking up that red phone. Okay. Slips and falls. At the college, we have a bit of a safety campaign, and we call it Walk Like a Penguin. And so for those of you who have seen penguins, they live in frozen parts of the world and they walk around and they walk a certain way so they don't slip and fall, right? So small steps, arms out to your side, not carrying, we've seen it, people carrying books, bags, computers, whatever else, that impacts your balance, right? So you want to take small, safe steps with your arms free for balance, and wearing the appropriate footwear, right? When we have had incidences where people have slipped and fallen, it's because they're wearing running shoes in the winter in ice, right? Those shoes are not designed to be on snow and ice, and you will not get the traction you need and you will slip and fall. Don't rush, right? Penguins aren't running on the ice. They're walking slowly to get where they want to go so they don't fall. Same with us, right? We've seen where people are running late to class. That's when they get into trouble. They slip and fall and they end up being very late to class or missing the class entirely because now they're dealing with first aid or an ambulance. Okay, stay on the cleared walkways. Our facilities department gets here before you guys do. They get here at about 5:30 in the morning during the winter to clear the walkways and put gravel down so that people can get into the building safely. Okay, so stay on those cleared walkways. A shortcut will not end up being a shortcut. You will end up, like I said, in a first aid room or at the hospital. Okay. Fire. And know your emergency exits. So like a red phone, wherever you are, know how to get out of the building as quickly as possible should you need to evacuate. Notify others and exit the building. Help others that require assistance. Close the doors behind you and know the muster points. So we have, when you come to campus, if you haven't been here already, you will see outside letters, right? And those letters indicate where people should wait for help, because that's where we will come to communicate to people what the next steps are, if you can come safely back into the building or if you need to go elsewhere, right? So you're asked to leave the building and congregate at those muster stations, okay? And just wait for help, okay? Minor injury. Only perform the tasks that you've been trained to do safely. If you're in a lab and you're using different instruments, or if it's in the kitchen or whatever it might be, and you haven't been shown how to use a tool or an instrument, don't do it because you will hurt yourself. Okay, so only perform the tasks that you've been trained to do. Always follow safe work procedures. I don't know how many different incidents I have investigated or reviewed, and generally when people hurt themselves is because they didn't do the task properly. So if you want to enjoy your and be healthy and enjoy your lifestyle and not have to be impacted, follow the safe work procedures and stay safe without getting hurt. Always use the appropriate PPE. PPE is personal protective equipment. So if it requires you to wear cut resistant gloves or safety glasses or wear the proper footwear, ensure that you do, because if you don't, whatever that PPE was designed to protect you from, you won't be protected, okay? And you will end up hurting yourself. And also know where to get first aid. So security or first aid. We also, if I don't know, some of you are maybe in the trades programs, the tool techs are all certified first aid attendants as well. So know your first aid attendant and know where to contact them should you get injured, okay? Stress. So we have primarily, it's been students in the nursing program, and many of them have fallen victim to stress and ended up fainting and hurting themselves when they fall. And this is something that we've investigated, and we've worked with the different instructors to understand why this is happening. And it's not just nursing, it's happened in other programs as well. But it's happened a lot in the nursing program. And what we were able to determine is their workload is quite demanding, but many of them don't come to class in the morning having eaten. So it's very important to take care of yourself. So proper nutrition, proper sleep, exercise will help manage your stress, but nutrition and sleep is important because if not, your body is going to tell you that it's had enough, and you might then, like I say, some students have fainted, whatever it might be, but you won't be managing your stress appropriately, okay? The other one is ask for help. Maybe you are getting the right nutrition, the sleep, and the exercise, but you aren't able to cope. Before it becomes a problem, ask for help. Either talk to your instructor if you feel safe to do that, or go to security, or go to the Health and Wellness Center directly. We have trained people there to counsel you, to help you manage the stress that you're dealing with, if it's something, you know, in your personal life, whatever it might be, but ask for help, okay? There are people here to help you, okay? The other one that I wanted to talk to you about was reporting incidents and threats. So we do want and expect all students and staff to report any incident that they encounter. So if it's a hazard, something that you see has the potential of causing harm to people or property, please report that to your instructor or to security directly. That's how we can mitigate that risk or eliminate it so it doesn't actually hurt somebody. Or if you've actually experienced an incident and you've been hurt, please report that, because we need to know how people are hurting themselves so we can eliminate it from hurting anybody else, okay? The misconception that we've dealt with a lot with people who are new to the college or maybe to Canada is that they feel like they're going to get in trouble. Please do not think that you will get in trouble for reporting an incident. If someone is threatening you, if you're being harassed by somebody, by reporting it, you will not be in trouble. The person who is doing the threatening and the harassing is the only one who's going to be in trouble. We will also help you with an incident if it requires help from the RCMP, okay? So feel free to contact RCMP directly or security first, and we will understand what you're dealing with, and we will help you take it to the RCMP if you need to go there and if you want to go there, okay? So why report incidents? It's to ensure your safety and others' safety. How? Security or staff. And then I talked about what happens when you report. So we will understand more about the incident, we will investigate the incident, and we will help you not be harmed by whatever it is that you're reporting, whatever that hazard might be, okay? Okay, so in summary, we talked about safety and security and safety at the campus. So our department, we're trained and we're here to help you. Feel free to reach out to safety and security at any time so to ensure that you are safe on campus, okay? So like I said, we can help you with any incident you have, and if it requires outside help, we have helped other students deal with the RCMP as well. one of the things that we have had students contact us about, and where we needed to help and engage with the RCMP was issues that are happening off campus, right? So maybe it's issues that you're having with your landlord, right? One thing that the landlord, and I want to ensure that you guys understand this, the landlord is only obligated to pay your landlord for the rent that you are required to pay them for your stay in their building or in their home, right? Nothing else. So if they're asking you to do anything more, and it feels inappropriate, feel free to contact the RCMP or Safety and Security. Okay, we will help you. Okay, so in summary, we talked a little bit about who we are and what is required and what supports you have access to stay safe on campus. And so now, just opening up the floor to each of you, if there's any questions that you might have that we could help answer. So I'll hand it over to Sue to facilitate any questions that you guys might have. So feel free to put up your hand and we'll answer your question.
Yes, please. Thank you very much, Tyson. That was a really great presentation. So much to learn there. Please ask Tyson some questions because he's the expert on safety and security here at the campus. Although it was very informative. Maybe you think you have all the information you need, but he's here now to help you. So, oh, there's somebody. Thank you for keeping us safe. Well, that was nice. That's from Fayan. That's very nice. Thank you, Fayan. Does anybody have any questions for Tyson? So, so now you know that whenever you have an issue that you're feeling like you're not safe, please go to the security guard, one of the security guards, and they'll help you. Does anybody else have any questions for Tyson? You can just put them in the chat if you don't feel comfortable. Anyone? Maybe it's a little bit early, or maybe it's quite late.
Don't have questions right now, and if things come up, like I say, you know my name. My office is a little bit harder to find, but the security office is right central in the campus. Feel free to contact the security guard and say, is there any way I can meet with Tyson? And then if I'm available, I'll come down and gladly meet with you and answer any questions or help you. Okay, so if things come up while you're here, taking classes or at CNC, feel free to reach out to me through the security office.
Thank you, Tyson. That's great. So if nobody has anything further, I guess we will